Alrighty, what I have in front of me is my Savage B22 chambered in 22 long rifle. This did come from the custom order Savage shop, so it's a left-handed rifle with the heavy threaded barrel on it. When I ordered it, that was not in their catalog. It very well might be now, I'm not really sure. But their custom shop really is a great service for if you're looking for something unique that might not be in their catalog. So something to think about. But this is my pest rifle. I primarily use this for invasive species, mainly starlings, Eurasian doves, occasional groundhog around here. But man, the use for a extremely accurate 22 with a suppressor is just endless. I mean, the amount of starlings and Eurasian doves I've killed with this thing would make your head spin. And I was able to do it. I would take the screen out of one of my upstairs windows, and I would snipe them from above from about 30 to 50 yards down on my barn. I had a really old dilapidated barn at the time, so I'd shoot the barn essentially, and in a metal fence that I had that wouldn't be affected by the 22, the subsonic bullets. And man, I'd be able to knock off 5, 6 at a time before they'd fly off, because this thing was so quiet and I was so well hidden. So that's my primary use. This is a pest gun, you know. It's also just an enjoyment gun. I mean, in the summers when I'm shooting hard competition, and a lot of it, and I'm training really hard and a lot of hours training, it's nice to get something fun, bring you back to why you started shooting in the first place. And this is a fun gun. There's something about shooting quiet, no recoil, accurate holes that's like, yeah, this is fun. I could do this all day, you know. But back to the rifle. So this is the B22. It's an upgrade from their Mark 2 or 3. I don't really remember. We now have a rotary magazine, similar to the 1022, but nowhere close to being interchangeable. It's 10 round, like I said, rotary. Has its little magazine keeper on the front. Extremely reliable. It has fed everything I've put in it, hollow points, you name it, whatever, it feeds it, so nothing to worry about there. Gun also has the Accu trigger, which this one, man, they set it up well. It's pulling out 1 pound 12 ounces, so that's perfect for a 22. And it's got tang safety, which I like. So bolt knob's pretty standard. It's a pretty normal size for a 22, and it did come with this top Picatinny rail, which was just nice. It's always nice when a gun comes with that. I have it outfitted with the excellent Gemtech GM22 suppressor. This is a mono baffle design, and it is wicked quiet on this rifle. I'll throw in some shooting footage with subs, and it's pretty impressive. Have a little Harris bipod, very necessary, and that's it. And of course, this is the Vortex Diamondback tactical scope. It's a 4x16 by 44, and this has the first focal plane reticle in it. And it's kind of a, I don't really, EPS something. I don't remember what reticle it is. It has windage holds and elevation holds, so I'm sure you could figure that out. The only thing I don't like about this scope, glass is great, eye relief has been really great, is the turrets. They are adjustable, but they have no rev counters and they have no zero stop, so you will get lost very easily if it gets bumped and you lose where you are in it. So that's kind of a bummer, but it's a 22 at the end of the day. Not that important for me in my pest removal with this gun. Would this make an excellent NRL 22 gun? I don't know. I don't shoot NRL 22. It's something I'm definitely interested in. The NRL 22 world, I've watched a bunch of videos. I shoot a lot of competition, but it's all pistol. The NRL 22 world is just fascinating to me. You know, I mean, they have really stepped up the market for precision 22 rifles, and those that mimic maybe your NRL gun as well. You know, a Remington 700 action or style rifle to make a good trainer. So what a cool series though, to where you can go shoot really cheap ammo, practice positional work, practice your holds, and just know your dope for a gun. How much fun is that? You know, what a cool thing. It's something I really support, and I really need to sign up for one and go, and I'd probably take this. Don't know if I could shoot the stock production vision or not. I'd have to look into the rules, but back at it. This gun is wicked accurate. I mainly shoot the CCI standard velocity. This is a 1070 feet per second, and it's 40 grain, just lead bullets. This stuff will consistently shoot around an inch at 50 yards, so it's not super impressive, but it's consistent. And I've killed so much stuff with this. It's not even funny how much stuff I've killed with this. So it makes stuff dead. Yeah, good. But this is the good stuff. This is the Lapua Midas Plus. This stuff is so stinking accurate. It's kind of expensive, but I do have dope cards out for this load. At 50 yards, you're shooting anywhere from 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch, and at 100 yards, you're still sub MOA. With a 22, that's pretty impressive for a stock 22. You know. Can't recommend this Midas stuff enough. They make a Midas and a Midas Plus. The Midas Plus is the hand select from the Midas, is what my understanding is. Really hard to find. You'll pretty much have to order it on the internet, which is kind of a bummer. Back at it though, you know, there's a lot of uses for a precision 22. The Israelis certainly have an interesting crowd suppression use, which I definitely don't support, but it's interesting. For me, again, it's just purely a varmint and pest control gun. You know, when I lived at my old farmhouse, we lived down the street from a cattle feed yard. So I mean, the starlings, the doves were just they were a huge nuisance, and this thing had stacked a lot of bodies of doves. So you know, I mean, it's also just a fun gun to shoot for your kids, a training rifle. I mean, I really want to promote the idea of getting a precision 22 bolt gun. It could be a semi-auto, but the bolt gun's so much more fun to shoot. It's like driving a manual car. There's something to it that's just enjoyable, and it's fun. And it's also fun developing a dope card, a dope sheet, to where you can get out past 100 yards and you're dropping, you know, 2 to 3 mils and hitting something accurately. It's like, man, that's a lot of fun at a reduced range. You know, I'm out here in the West, so we have a lot of 1,000-yard ranges out here, but if you're on the East or West Coast, you might not have those options. So a precision 22 to get that kind of feed that bolt gun need and that long range desire might be the way to go, because more than likely you have 100 and 200 yard ranges at your disposal. I would think. So this gun has been 100% reliable. Again, it's not the most accurate I've seen. I've definitely seen some of the NRL 22 guns being a lot more accurate. Some of the custom Voodoo guns way more accurate, but with good ammo, it's, you know, you can shoot, like I said, 1/4 inch groups at 50. So I think that's good enough. My only issue, it feeds everything, but sometimes it doesn't eject, and I actually got footage of one of those failures. I don't know what it is. It's very random. Doesn't bother me a little, but whatever. It's a 22 at the end of the day. This gun right here weighs just shy, or pretty much 8 pounds loaded. So it's really not a hunting gun. I really wouldn't carry this in the woods, because 8 pounds is like, it's just more than I would want to carry, to be honest with you. So again, this is something that I'm going to set up in a position. I'm going to build a position, and I'm going to shoot my prey from a fixed position, you know, which is probably my deck or somewhere on the property. So again, what a fun gun, and I hope you go out and kind of check them out. Pretty cheap too, you know. You can put one of these together for well south of $500-600, probably not including the can, but definitely everything else well south of that, if you get a good deal on a scope, that is. And I don't think that you really need a milling scope, but it is fun to do holds and dial with a 22. That is a lot of fun, and I do think that the can is absolutely necessary. You can just do so much more work with the can, and your prey essentially not knowing where you are or where you're coming from, or that their buddies are just dropping dead. So it's a must to me. I have hunted with just subsonics without a can, and it's not as good. With a can, you're silent, especially if you're in a building or something that then is holding some of your bolt noise or some more of the noise coming out. You have a building that's acting as a suppression device essentially. You're absolutely silent, and you can be deadly out to, I would say 200 yards, depending on the ammo, what you're shooting, conditions, wind, whatnot. So yeah, this is my setup. Again, sometimes shooting just needs to be fun, and this is a fun gun.